What's going on, guys? My name is Osman. I have to introduce myself because my first ever YouTube video. Well, it's actually not my first ever YouTube video. I've had a YouTube channel back in 2017 where I was posting like pranks. I was trying to be the funny guy at the time because I thought that was the only way to get rich. I remember I just wanted to make it out, but that's not who I was. Today, I'm a businessman. I've been making money online for a few years now. But yeah, anyways, that's a story for another time. As you guys can see in the title, I made about $22,500 just today. And I don't want to pretend like that's a normal amount of money to make because it's not. That is somebody's yearly salary. I definitely understand that. So I made $22,500 today. And I want to show you guys proof real quick because a lot of people will be like, he's probably lying, whatever. But here's some proof. So today is May 10th, as you guys can see. And there's 3 transactions of $7,500 each. So, and this is not a screenshot, by the way, here. Let me just move this up and down. Don't pay attention to that last payment right there because that's actually one of my clients. So that just shows I'm not the only one that makes money. My clients make a lot of money too. Pretty much, I've been in the online space for a few years now. I only have 50 followers on Instagram. It's a pretty low-key Instagram. I don't really have a personal brand. This is my first YouTube video ever. And I decided to get on YouTube for a reason. There are so many people misguiding everybody. They're selling their courses. They're just misguiding people. They're trying to profit off of you. Because obviously, technically, you're the method. And I've been there. I used to feel like, it's impossible to make money online back then. But I was obviously wrong. And I'm living proof of it. So how did I make this type of money? Because I know a lot of people are going to ask me that question. I made this money. I'm not selling info. I'm not selling coaching. Well, I guess I'm selling consulting in a way. I'm not really a marketing agency as well. I'm something different. And it's kind of weird because there's no name for it. Nobody calls it anything. But there's people who do what I do. In order to get paid generously upfront the way I do, because my clients pay me like 15 grand, 20 grand, 25. Like the transactions I just showed you, one client paid 75 twice. So that's 15 grand. Just because my WAP account is brand new, I can't take payments over 10 grand rep. And then the other client paid half. He's going to pay that other half next week. So how am I able to do it? Like I said, there's no name for what I do, but it's pretty much a marketing agency / high-end consulting. That's what I call it. But I have a name for what I do. I call it growth implementing. So I'm selling a growth implementing offer. And what that essentially means is instead of coaching and consulting, because here's the thing, you have one side coaching and consulting. The problem with that is it's just advice. So you cannot guarantee your clients any results because you're basically just giving them advice on what to do. The other problem with coaching and consulting is you have so many competition. Like if you're a fitness coach, come on, there's like thousands of you. If you're teaching e-com, there's thousands of people teaching e-com and coaching one-on-one. And then the other side is a marketing agency, SMMA, whatever you want to call it. The problem with that is you do so much work for the client done for you, and you only get a small retainer of 2 grand, 3 grand a month. Both business models are pretty whack, to be honest. So here's where growth implementing comes in. I meet you in the middle. Growth implementing is basically 60 to 70% high-end consulting, 30 to 40% done for you, like an agency. And what that does is you don't waste too much time doing done for you work because what we do for that 30 to 40%, we build systems. So we have systems in place. We don't just work for the client 10 hours a day because at that point you have no leverage. So we build systems. And we do done for you for the client because that increases the likelihood of them succeeding, which means they can also pay you upfront more because you do a bunch of things for the client rather than one thing. So it's pretty much done with you, which is coaching consulting, and done for you. That's why you get paid upfront, 15 grand, 20 grand, 25 grand, whatever it is. I've been doing this for a few years now. I got wires for like 20 grand, 50 grand. Those are clients that I keep long term. Some people who keep clients long term, they call it growth operating or copywriting. That's the issue. I'm not just a copywriter. And at the same time, I'm not just a growth operator. And I'm not just an agency who manages a sales team. It's like you're doing it all. You're building systems and doing it all. But I don't want to go too far into this. What I want to say is growth implementing. It can be in any niche. I'll give you guys an example. One of my clients is an e-com guy, and he teaches branded dropshipping. There's a lot of people who teach dropshipping, like for being real. There's thousands of them. You go on YouTube right now, you search it up, you'll find a bunch of them. Now, the problem with that is everybody's doing the same thing. So my client is doing something different. He is a growth implementer. So what that means is I ask him a simple question. I'm like, hey, what are a few things that we can do for the client that, will make them happier? Like, what can we do for them in ecom? And he was telling me, like, for example, we can build their store, we can find them winning products, blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, awesome. We can write down a list of things that we can do for the client and build systems to do it without actually doing it ourselves every single time. What that does is it separates him from the other dropshipping coaches. Because if every single dropshipping coach is coaching you on how to do dropshipping, and then there's one guy who comes in, he's like, well, guess what? I can coach you, but I'll also do all these things for you. Who are they going to pay? Obviously, my client, because he's doing things for them, which makes them happier, I guess. And what that does is the clients get better results. They'll give you testimonials, which makes you more money, gets you referrals, whatever, and they will pay you more. So instead of charging them, let's say $3,000 for one-on-one coaching, you'll be able to charge them for like $6,000, $7,000, whatever it is, because you're doing things for them, right? That's what separates you. And then on the sales call, let's say they're on a sales call and they're like, oh, but what's the difference between you and this person? That's where it comes in. It's like, oh, we will build your store for you. A growth implementer can be in any niche pretty much. Like even a fitness coach, for example. As a fitness coach, instead of just being a fitness coach where you're just giving advice, you're telling the person, do this, do that. You're a fitness coach. You have experience in every type of person. So if you get a skinny fat client, why don't you make their diet plan for them? You know what I mean? Like, why don't you make a workout routine for them based on your past client that actually succeeded from skinny fat to getting ripped? Why don't you do it for them? And what that does, again, it separates you from your competition, because all your competition is doing one-on-one coaching. And that's one thing. Now to the agency part, marketing agency, somebody who is like, oh, I can write your emails for $2,000 a month. And you're sitting here and you're writing emails every single day for $2,000 a month. You have no leverage. You're basically their slave at that point, to be honest. So that's pretty much where you can come in and build a growth implementing offer. If you're good at writing emails, it means you're good at copy. So why don't you write their emails? Why don't you write their VSL? Why don't you write their YouTube scripts? Why don't you write their ad creatives? And you sell a package of doing it all for them, or doing for them plus consulting them, because some of it is going to be consulting. For example, my clients, I consult them on how to build a better personal brand, how to do marketing better. At the same time, I'm doing things for them. I'll write their emails. I'll do this and that for them. I'm not going to go over the whole thing right now, but you get the point.